What's up guys, we are making more progress on the MR2. In the last video we got the weight plate cut out for this thing, and right now we are working on getting this thing all mounted up. So we just have a couple tabs that are coming off the subframe right there. We just put these nut certs in there so that when we ever need to take this thing off, if it needs to come off, we don't have these big bulky tabs welded straight to the car. So the weight plate will be removable if we need it to be, and then we had to notch it a little bit for those guys back there because it is sitting a little farther back once the bumper and everything is on there. But yeah, it's looking good so far. Wyatt still has to cut out a couple more tabs, get the back tabs on there and get everything fully welded out, and round some corners off, make it look nice. But weight plate is coming along, and then we also got this centerpiece cut out right here. So that's actually not attached. Saws out that out of the way.
Bye, Felicia.
Yeah, don't need that anymore because we are going to be needing access to the fuel cell and water box, so that's gonna make it a lot easier for us to you know, pop the hood and get to those guys. The only thing that middle support was needed for was there was a couple spots where the bumper mounted to it, so we are just going to remake a better one that is a little more out of the way, so it doesn't have to go right over everything and be over the lids. Probably. Mainly this water box lid.
Probably just be like a little bar that comes up, to be honest. So like we only have one bolt in the middle, so if we just take a little piece and come up here and it'll hold the bumper on there. So
that's about how we are sitting right now. That is looking really good. We still have the jack under there to keep the back of the plate up, because if you drop the jack, it's gonna tilt till we get those two tabs on there. But yeah, like Wyatt was just saying, we're thinking about making something kind of in between those just to come up and make a mount in the middle for the bumper if needed, or we could even make like a thin bracket that kind of comes along here or whatever. We'll kind of
wireframe deal.
Yeah, a little wireframe bracket just to get all that out of the way. But I am really liking how that looks. So as you guys saw in the last video, it's coming along. And then to make some more room, we had to cut this guy out of the bumper. So these are just like the factory fins that were on the inside of the bumper there. Just took the air sawzall and buzzed that guy out of there.
Astro baby.
Yeah, Astro Tools.
Love
with the little air sawzall here. Came in clutch. So we got that all cut out, and now the inside of the bumper has a lot more room.
It's nice and flimsy.
Yep. Yeah, it lost a lot of its structure after that.
Yeah. We don't need that where we're going though. And hopefully this will actually get a little more stout once we put a little fiberglass across the front of it to create a little air dam.
Yes, sir.
Aerodynamic.
Yeah, we're going to be blocking off this whole front hole right here, which was used to get airflow to the radiator, but now that our radiator is going to be in the back of the car, we don't need any airflow going inside of the front of the car there. So we're going to block all that off. That gives us plenty of room for the fuel cell and water box to now sit up nice and tight to the bumper, because yeah, if we had this piece on there, it would definitely be hitting on those guys. And yeah, she's coming along, guys.
Multi-purpose, a little bit of aero and also functionality with the other stuff up front here. So
yes, sir.
Trying to get her dialed.
Wyatt's going to be cutting out 2 more tabs for the back there, get those welded on, and we can get this jack out from under there, and the weight plate will be suspended under its own weight there. We can get the bumper back on to kind of test fit everything, and
probably fall off.
Hopefully it doesn't fall off.
No.
We're going to have the 2 tabs on both sides, and then we're also going to add a little support gusset from these guys down to there as well. So she should be nice and solid once we're all said and done. Then we can start working on mounting these guys. Alright guys, we got some more stuff for the MR2 right here from Huck's Racing. We found out that we needed a different passenger side motor mount because the K20 mount is different from the 24 like we had. I messaged Eric and he said, you know what, I'm just going to send you a whole motor mount kit, refresh all of them, because we have put those things through heck. I was going to say hell, but you know, PG.
Keep it monetized.
Yep. Yeah, we've had some of those mounts, you know, tweak over time and stuff just from how much power we're making on the car. So we got a full new motor mount kit from Huck's Racing, and on top of that, they hooked us up with their own custom mid plate. You guys saw us make a mid plate, and it got us by, but Huck's Racing's mid plate is much better than ours. So
dang, got some fresh merch.
Oh, dang, dude, they got us some Oreos.
Frick, dude.
The Nutter Butters.
Gosh,
oh, they hooked us up with treats. I don't know if they do this for every order, guys. I don't know if this is a Huck's Racing thing or if it's just because they love us so much, obviously. But they hooked it up right here, you know?
Look at all them snacky snacks. Oh,
look at all those snacks, dude.
Snacky snacks. At JP.
We got all the snacks right here. Got the Ritz Bits, the Nutter Butter Bites, the Mentos.
Where's my shirt, dog? Oh, shoot, right there it is.
There you go, it says Wyatt.
Gosh, dang.
I special ordered that one for you, dude.
These guys are killing it.
Huck's Racing, guys. For all your MR2 parts.
Golly. That's sick. That's a cool design.
Yeah. Thank you, Eric, for all the snacks.
Brother, what's in this box? We should open this one first.
Says
more Huck's Racing goodness inside.
It's probably the hardware.
Probably. But what if it's not? What if it's actually something super cool?
What if it's more snacks? Oh, it is actually some more goodness. It's not just the hardware. It is our wheel speed sensors.
Oh, shit, bud.
So we will have front and rear wheel speed, something we've never had on the MR2 before.
Traction control coming in hot.
Yes, sir. Set up traction control with these babies.
Dang, that's
Look
sick.
at that. So yeah, we got all the hardware for the mounts and stuff in here, and yeah, these are front and rear wheel speed sensors, so we can set up traction control just like we said, and help get this thing dialed in here. So that's awesome. All that stuff is available on Huck's Racing. I'm pretty sure they said it just bolts right onto the factory application, either non-turbo or a turbo car. Just goes off the rear wheel studs. The sensor bolts up and it just reads the studs as they go along, and that's how it knows how fast you're going.
Speedy boy things.
Yes, sir. There she is.
Oh, shoot, brother.
The new mid plate from Huck's Racing.
It's big fancy.
That is going to be a lot nicer than the one we made ourselves. Ours got us by. But this
Man,
one,
all those sick extra brackets I built though.
your brackets were
Frig,
pretty
dude.
nice. But you know, they're just gonna have to go to the red MR2 or something. I don't know. Because we're upgrading here.
Yeah, that's a nice piece.
Yep, got our mid plate there. All right, we got all of our new mounts here unwrapped. This is the main one we needed, but he ended up just sending us the whole kit. These are their new updated mounts. They even got the freaking removable bushings in there now. They've definitely come a ways, because you guys saw in the video where I was talking about Huck's Racing last, I think I mentioned that they were like the first company to ever sponsor us some stuff. And that was back when the channel had 60,000 subscribers, and now we're about to hit 1 million. And I have like their version 1 K-swap motor mount, so it's cool to see the progress. These are looking much nicer now and a little more refined. Now they got this badass mid plate deal, so that is gonna be awesome. So we're just updating all of it right here. Yeah, and this guy right here bolts to the side of the mid plate there, and then that goes into that transmission mount that normally had a motor mount on it that we made a bracket off of so that it wouldn't flex and crack our bell housing again. So they incorporated that in there as well. This is a nice piece right there for sure. So that guy goes there to the transmission, this guy goes to the firewall, and then this is the back mount right there. Oh, it's upside down. Something like that. No, I had it right. And that's the back mount right there, and then the 2 side mounts. We're good to go.
So, yeah, dude. Give them a thanks.
A little
freaking guys killed it.
List of their links right there. Go check them out. Facebook, Instagram, all their stuff.
Heck yeah, dude.
Huge shout out to Huck's Racing. Like always, been there with us since day 1. Now we're gonna try to hopefully put this thing in the 7s one day. I told Eric when I was like, I'm gonna push this car. It's gonna go fast. Just you wait. That was my email. I'm like, I got MR2. I want to go fast. Can you give me some mounts, please? Oxy, baby.
Run and
jump on it?
Run and jump. Crash test rating.
It's only tacked on there right now.
If it'll hold you now, it'll be solid.
It'll hold all 150 pounds of Kyle here.
If you run and jump and it holds right now, why even weld it out? It's like an extra pound.
Ooh.
Pretty stout.
All right, now the real test. Get on there, Whit.
All right, watch this.
Will it hold a Whit? Don't jump on it, bro.
Man, I ain't going nowhere.
Oh, it's good.
Boom! Brakes.
That's not bad for just being tacked on there.
Yeah, it's got like 8 tacks on it.
Yep, got the tabs
Pretty
just
stout.
tacked on there. So once those are fully welded.
And another one that'll come here.
Yeah, we'll still add that on there, so she'll be stout, dude.
Yeah, she ain't going nowhere.
So we'll get that welded out and then like round off the corners, clean it up a little bit.
Yep.
But yeah, that looks good.
I was gonna do 3 mounts. I was like, dude, I want this thing to be super stout. Don't even need it.
Don't even need it.
Don't even need it, dude.
We were gonna have a third right there in the middle, but doesn't even need it.
No, it should be pretty stout.
Yeah.
And it's still not the lowest part of the car either, so if you do another massive wheelie and it plows into the track again, it won't even hit the plate. So
Yeah, those torsion bar mounts are a little lower than that is.
yeah, I don't know what they're called. They're not torsion bar mounts, so don't correct us in the comments.
Yeah,
but
torsion bars are like the rear things.
yeah, they go backwards and they're actually the springs, but
They're kind of like
I don't know
that.
what those are called. So
They're almost like traction bar deals
kind of, yeah.
for a Civic, but on an
It's
MR2.
It's the front bar of the lower control arm, which is an A arm.
We're getting too technical here.
Yeah, time to cut.
See what kind of room we're working with here. Weight plate is mounted, kind of, just needs welded out. Got our tanks in there. Bumpers cut out.
Just like so.
Oh yeah,
And that kind of.
that's looking really nice. Get a light real quick. Yeah, that fits perfect.
Yep. Had plenty of room.
Look at that.
Everything, so.
Yeah, so the weight plate pushes right up into the bottom side of the bumper here.
Yep. We should probably
That
do
looks
like some little quarter turn fasteners on it, just because this front lip is a little flimsy, just to attach it to the weight plate, but should be good after that. So
Yeah.
looks pretty good. We'll be able to reach in here, still get to our water tank, and be able to fill it with ice and whatever.
Yeah, that came out really good. Get right to our fuel cell right there.
Yeah, it looks good.
Yep, and then the only thing we have to do is figure out making a little mount to go to this middle guy right there.
Yep. So be easy, nice and centered.
Oh yeah.
Looking pretty good.
Can't even tell that there's all those goodies hiding under there.
Right.
Looks stock.
Stock AF.
It's stock, officer. And we got even more goodies for the MR2 guys. Today's video. Got a lot of stuff coming in for this thing. We're just gonna keep sharing it with you guys. So right here we got a box from K-Tuned. Got a Dash 10 hose that is gonna be for coolant stuff. Right here is our factory water pump delete plate. So that bubble wrap down there. So that guy will be covering up the current factory water pump. Go show you guys real quick. Over yonder. So if you look down in there, it's a little dark, but literally all this stuff right here will be covered up by that plate right there. Coolant will come out of that port, and that will flow into what is in this white box right here. And that is our electric. One second.
Slight technical difficulties here, folks.
Oh, it's the white sticker. It's throwing me off. You know,
Rip.
it's kind of hard to see that.
I'll keep them entertained, don't worry.
All right.
I hope you all enjoyed that short intermission.
All right, so here we go. This is our new electric water pump for the MR2 from K-Tune. Comes with the wiring right there, a little fuse, plugs right in, so you know, just power ground, hook it up to a switch and relay. And there you go. K-Tuned water pump, gets rid of all the factory water pump stuff, and it cleans up the setup a lot. Gives us a whole bunch more room back there. And then along with that, it comes with this billet bracket that relocates the alternator that looks really nice. Look at this thing, that is beefy.
That's a beefy unit there.
Oh
buddy.
yeah, so that bolts on there. That holds the alternator, and that's your little adjustable slider right there. Hell yeah, dude.
Pretty freaking
It's gonna be
slick.
sweet. The factory water pump housing incorporates mounting for the alternator and stuff, so gotta get all new mounts for the alternator as well. And that guy will move a little bit, and then we'll have a new belt to go on the alternator there. But yeah.
Nice short belt.
Yeah, look.
Get rid of that giant water pump pulley.
Yep, that belt's a lot smaller than the one that's currently on the car.
Yep. It's
We'll
gonna
know.
clean up so much under here.
Yep, and we're gonna be making more horsepowers, dude.
Yeah, dude.
We won't have
at least 20,000.
We won't have the draw of the water pump anymore, obviously.
Yeah.
You know, the alternator's gonna be working a little harder, pushing that water pump.
Big
but,
horsepower guy here.
you know, all the power. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff to install, boys.
Yes. It's never a bad day when you have tons of parts, though.
Nope. All right, guys, we have one more part to show you that we got for the MR2 here. This is what we are the most excited for, and we are only waiting on like one more box for the MR2, and then after that, we are done showing you guys the parts that is going on the car. After that, it's just get it assembled, get this thing running. We are just waiting on some fuel lines and fittings and stuff like that, which we'll show you guys when that arrives. But this is it. This is the final piece to the puzzle right here. We've had this for a while now, been waiting to show you guys, and I'm super excited to show you the new engine management that the MR2 is going to be running on. So to start off, we have a new wiring harness right here on top of this box. So this was a custom-made engine harness to adapt to our new engine management that we are going to be running. These are our factory plugs that go to the harness we have currently, and then
this is kind of a jumper harness.
Yeah, it's kind of like a big jumper harness.
Yeah.
It's not a complete engine harness.
The actual engine harness will plug into this part.
We are reusing the engine harness that was already on there, and this is just a super fancy jumper to the new computer that we are going to be running. So got that custom made, which is awesome. And yeah, we'll set that guy down here out of the way, and I guess there's nothing to it, but just to show you guys what we got in this box right here. So right there is our new computer for the MR2. This is a Fuel Tech FT550. As you guys saw, we made a trip to Fuel Tech when we were coming back from Colorado. Actually, we were on the way back from California.
Yeah.
We had the Route to See and Wago, I think.
Yeah.
We stopped by Fuel Tech. They're out of Georgia, and we met these guys at World Cup back when I was with Brent. Got to talk to the owner in person, and they actually set the 4-cylinder record at the time. And we've been in contact with them ever since. And you know, we did some talking. We've seen how good Fuel Tech's products are, and we worked something out. We're super pumped to have our first Fuel Tech to go on the MR2 here, and these things are, once again, proven. That's another reason we want to go with it. I mean, even the Street Outlaw guys run this. You know, it's not huge in the import world yet, but a lot of the fast cars out there are running this stuff, and it's just proven. The pro mods that they put this in are record-setting pro mods. I mean,
they held the world's fastest 4-cylinder record.
Yeah, I believe it's still the world's fastest 4-cylinder. I know they were the first into the 5s with a 4-cylinder car. And yeah, I don't know, this stuff is just, I think, ahead of its time. It's super user friendly. We'll go into all kinds of stuff, but for now we're just gonna show you guys the unit. So it's really cool. Super excited for this stuff.
I would say the thing that I was really geeking out about was the built-in G meter. Just that we have acceleration data.
Built-in G meter. I mean, and with the Fuel Tech, we're going to be running sensors on everything we need possible. Yeah. So, you know, we'll have wheel speed, we'll have back pressure. We're going to get the car set up properly, because when we ran the 830 in the MR2, with what we had, it was, in my eyes, impressive, because we had like no data. We had no real sensors. We just turned up the boost and sent it.
Pretty much anything that the stock computer could read.
Yeah.
And that was it. We didn't have fuel pressure sensors. We had
no oil pressure, no nothing.
Right.
We did have oil pressure for a little bit, but you had to like go on the AEM every time the car turned on and actually drag it onto the screen. It wasn't like set up properly. So, I don't know. We're going to get the car set up legit, and super excited.
Big push to do it right. We're going to have individual EGTs this time too.
Yeah, we'll be monitoring everything.
Yeah, so all the data.
So check it out right here. This is the So this is it. It's in this little baggie right here. This is literally the whole computer that will run the whole car. And what is really cool about Fuel Tech is that the dash is the ECU. So this is literally all, look at this. I'm holding the whole thing in my hands right here. There's just this little guy right there. Fuel Tech FT550. They make this in an FT450 with fewer outputs, and then the FT600 with like way more outputs. This is like a nice in between. This will do everything we need it to. So that is literally it right there. Look at that.
Yeah, it's the whole ECU,
computer,
dash,
everything right into this guy. That's all you need to run the whole car, which is freaking cool. It even has a built-in map sensor if you choose to run the map sensor that comes in the dash here, or you can run a factory map sensor, whatever, aftermarket one in the engine bay and just, you know, wire it in. But there she is, boys. Fuel Tech FT550. This is a touch screen. When we finally get the car booted up and we can show you this powered on and show you all the features, you'll see how just cool these really are.
Yeah. But I was gonna say one thing that was also really cool when we were at Fuel Tech and they were kind of walking us through it all. They were showing us some of the data overlay stuff with the data logging, and like you can enter your slip times and it'll overlay like your 60 foot onto your like data log.
Yes.
So you know exactly like what the engine was doing as you went through the 60 foot.
Yeah,
like
that is a very
really
cool feature. There's so many cool things. Yeah, so basically what he's saying, like you can, like you can see what RPM you were at exactly this many feet down the track. You can see what boost you were at the 8th mile, you know, like all these little things. I can't really show too much until we, you know, get it all installed in the car, but you guys are gonna obviously see once we get all this up and operational here. But I think Fuel Tech is the way to go for us here. So, you know, we had great luck with the program we had in the car, but the guys at Fuel Tech were just so welcoming and stuff, and the product works. It's a bad unit right there. A lot of guys are switching to Fuel Tech, and the guys over at JBR, I've shown their front wheel drive Civic in my last videos, the blue one. Jason literally just popped off at 8.0 at like 180 something miles an hour. Their car is on a FT550 as well, the same computer, and it makes them like basically the fastest front wheel drive K-Series car like in the world on a Fuel Tech. There's one I think in front of them that's right there, but they are up there with like one of the fastest K-Series Civics in the world on a Fuel Tech. So yeah, they work good, boys.
Gonna say just tried and true.
Our goal is to get the MR2 finished up, get it running properly. We can take it to the track, continue to dial it in, break it, fix it, repeat, make this setup work to its fullest potential, and kind of get back into what we were doing and just go have fun and not as serious of builds. But for right now, we're putting a lot of focus into the MR2 here. So, because what we're trying to do, it's pretty tough for a 4-cylinder. A lot of the viewers at home don't realize how hard it is actually to make a 4-cylinder Honda motor run a 7-second pass in any chassis. You know, it's not a simple task.
Right.
So we're trying to do all these things right. I'm still impressed that it went in 8.3, honestly. So hopefully all this will just help us keep pushing her further and further.
We'll be able to do so much more with the short track, just dialing it in, not power wheeling.
Yep.
Just being able to have that data.
Yeah, that's another thing.
reference.
That's another thing the Fuel Tech does really well, is it has a very good wheelie control window in the program. So you can do wheelie control by time or whatever it may be, and it literally has a table that's like wheelie control, a whole menu dedicated to keeping the wheels on the ground. So the MR2 definitely could use that, and you know, we're just hoping we can incorporate all this technology into our car here and make her go down the track fast, especially getting that weight on the nose, you know, getting the sensors all calibrated. We could do travel sensors, and we can still incorporate the laser height sensor like we've been talking about, and eventually just get her super dialed and she doesn't take off to the moon. Yeah, another thing that's super cool about this is that it's not programmed just for a Honda K-Series. You can literally run almost anything off this. You can run a rotary off this, you can run V8s, it runs everything. When we were over at Fuel Tech, they showed me a video of someone that ran a drift trike off of one of these, you know, little 4-cylinder AT or a 4-stroke ATV engine on a Fuel Tech, on a 450.
They were doing a Ferrari, a turbo.
Yeah,
like an older
they did a Ferrari, an old turbo Ferrari. Like, you can run whatever you want on this. Definitely gives me plans, because we also have a shopping cart laying around that could use some better engine management. Actually, a lot of you guys missed the shopping cart, but giving me ideas for the future. Just a quick little thing. I'm pretty sure this box is water resistant and waterproof as well. I know it can. It's like weatherproof. So I've seen them put them on like dune buggies. You know, we have a razzle dazzle at home. You know, just talking.
Maybe build a watercraft with one. Foreshadowing, perhaps.
You know, those jet boats are pretty cool.
Hell yeah. Well, I want to get that thing mounted. So
yep.
I'm gonna knock out a mount for that thing real quick.
Yep, Whit's gonna knock out a quick mount. This is gonna go straight to our steering column. Oh, and I mean, we're not done. I mean, we have some other boxes to show, sensors, yada yada. But yeah, there's really not much more to it. And it also has this little deal.
Their wideband gauge.
Yep, this will be a real-time wideband gauge. So we'll just like mount that next to the dash or something, whatever. Yeah. Put that somewhere where you can see it good too. You could put it on here, but it's just a dedicated separate gauge that we wanted, just so we could see the wideband. Keep an eye on that, because that one is important too.
Big fancy.
Big fancy right here, guys. And it's pretty affordable. You can look them up, they're not that much. Dude, that came out really good. We're gonna end of the day, Wyatt decided to whip up the mount real quick for the new Fuel Tech. Sits right there on the steering column. We just got the air fuel right here on the side. The original plan was to put the air fuel like right underneath or over, but for visibility, it looks the best just like off to the side right there, right between the steering wheel.
Yeah, it actually didn't have enough room with it above or below. You couldn't see it through the wheel.
The wheel would kind of block it, but that looks really good.
Yeah, it looks
so
pretty
we got
sweet.
a nice little dash just right there.
Here, maybe you can get a better shot of it, see if it's not blurry.
Yeah. Boom, just like that. Yeah, I'll be able to see the dash just like that, super easily. You know, I got to peel the sticker off, but we're going to leave that on just to protect it for now. And then we'll run our harness straight up to the dash here. So with this being the computer, the engine harness literally will run all the way right up into our dash right there. And then we will have our Fuel Tech ready to go. So what's really cool, you know, is like you don't have to set up a dash or anything, since it is the computer. Once you fire the car up, RPM, everything just starts displaying for you right there because it's already programmed into it. So super user friendly, just gonna be awesome. So that's where she is sitting. Steering column is mounted and in place. I am in place in the seat. She's getting there, dude.
It's coming along, dude. It's looking pretty good.
Hope you guys enjoyed today's video, even though it was just a lot of little updates and showing you guys some new parts that we got in, but they are very important parts that will hopefully make this car go faster than it ever has before. Super excited that Fuel Tech is on board with the car and can't wait to try out that FT550 and see what it's all about. But we just about have everything, and it's kind of downhill from here. Just keep buttoning this thing together. She will come back in due time, boys. I just got everything to do the exhaust as well, so I'm gonna start fabbing up the exhaust here soon. Get these fuel tanks mounted up and everything, get these lines ran. Just try to get this thing fired back up. I miss her already. Look at her, she's just waiting. So things are coming, things are happening. We're gonna get this thing back up and running as soon as we can. So thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.